the next thing I want to do is figure out how the body will react to the terrain. So we've got our whole setup going like this, but the body stays totally straight, which looks a bit unnatural. So the way we can do that, we're gonna basically take these 4 points and generate angles off of them and use those angles to drive how the body will move. So let's start setting that up. Let's make a new workspace down here called body roll and check make active, and so we're empty again. Okay, let's get all of these top ones and also the floor intersects. Okay, so I should have 8 items selected, and then I can say add selected down here. Okay. Let's move these around and get those intersects out of the way. Okay, so let's find out the angles here. We're gonna get this, and this, and figure out what this angle is right here. So those 3, we're gonna add channel modifier, measure, and then measure angle. So this, notice it's got 3 inputs. So let's say if I want to measure from these 3, I'm going to start off with the corner locator, put that into position from, and then position 2 can go from this top one to A, and the bottom one, what is this? This bottom one will go to B. And if I click on here, there's our angle, 90 degrees. And what happens is when we roll the truck over the terrain, this angle will change depending on the position of the wheels. So we're just gonna keep going around and doing that. Let's call this measure angle right side, and then let's add another one. Measure angle, Control D to copy it, Control D again. Let's make one for the left side, one for the front, and one for the back. Okay, so let's see, the left side, let's do the same thing. I'll grab this one. This should go into the position from, and then the top can go into position A, and this back one can go into position B. So let's check that. There's our angle. And now I want to do measure from this corner over to that corner. So let's use this one again. Plug that into position from. The top will go into position A, and the left will go into position B. Oops. Let's check this one. Alright, there's our angle. And same thing back here. Let's drag this into position from. Let's get this position A, and this should be position B. There we go. So now if I select all four of these, I should see a square here created by the angles, and that just means when we drive, all the angles will be considered here. Alright, so how can we use these angles to drive the body? We can take the average of the the left and right and bring them together. So let's say add channel modifier, math, basic math, average. And let's say Control D to copy that. So here we go, let's drag that in and this, and same thing over here. Now all we need to do is drag in the body. So I'm gonna select the body and say add selected. Here it is. And we need to grab some channels. So let's grab rotation X and rotation Y. No, sorry, rotation X and Z. Drag that in. Alright, so X rotation will be kind of the front and back. Oh, sorry, I'll be using the left and right for that. So rotation X. Uh-oh. So it won't let me connect here. It says a modifier dependency loop was detected and the previous action has been undone. So that means it's a loop because the suspension is parented to the body, and then we're using angles from the suspension to drive the body, which kind of creates a circle in the logic there, which I guess we can't do. So I'm going to grab all the suspension, drag it outside of the body while still being inside the main controller. So now the body is independent of the suspension, and hopefully this will connect up here. Okay, so we got it, but the body has gone to that angle, which is a little bit strange. What is the angle here? 90 degrees, right? Both of them have 90-degree angles. So the average is 90 degrees here. And let's click on this, add a math, and subtract 90 degrees to get it back to normal. So now let's see what happens when we move. So right here, it seems like the body is kind of going the opposite angle of the wheels. So that's easy to fix. Remember, we can just grab this, add math, and multiply. And let's say -1. So that'll just reverse the whole thing. That makes more sense. And then this stuff, let's do the same thing, but plug it into the rotation Z. And again, it's going to the side. I'll just add in where is it? Math, subtract, and here we need a math multiply by -1, and this can be 90. Alright, let's see how this works from the front. Okay, it looks like it's going the opposite direction, so I am going to get rid of this -1 and then hook it back up. So alright, so that looks pretty good. This controller too, I want it to face my camera, so I'm going to select the controller align to view, change it to Z. That way, wherever I'm pointing, it'll stick. One other thing we need to take care of is now that we've introduced the body roll, the body is actually shifting around, and the suspension isn't, these joints here are not fixed to the body, so they're kind of floating around there. Alright, and you should have the shock absorbers in at this point. That recording was a little bit old, so it didn't have it, but anyways, you should have this, and grab these four, and let's hover over here, press F to find them, and then drag straight up into the where is it? Body. Okay. Also, you want these four locators, and these four. Should all be in there, as well as these two and these two. Should all go to the body. Okay. Just so that when the body's moving and pitching around, our pieces will stay fixed. They won't wobble around. They'll stay stuck to the body. Alright, good.